May 23, 1999 stands as one of the most painful, unforgettable, and emotionally devastating dates in professional wrestling history. That night was supposed to be nothing more than another exciting PPV show, WWE's Over the Edge, filled with storylines, entertainment, athletic competition, and audience energy. Instead, it became a permanent trauma for thousands in the arena and millions watching around the world. In the middle of the event, Owen Hart, beloved wrestler, respected locker room figure, and a man known for kindness behind the scenes, prepared for a dramatic superhero-style entrance as his comedic alter ego, the Blue Blazer. Seconds later, something went horribly wrong. Owen fell approximately 78 feet from the rafters, crashing violently into the ring, instantly transforming a scripted entertainment spectacle into a horrifying real-life tragedy. Fans, wrestlers, and staff were left stunned, frozen, and unable to comprehend that they had just witnessed a life-ending accident in a place meant for entertainment and joy. Many wrestling legends who were backstage or performing that night later described the experience as something that would haunt them forever, because nothing in their careers or personal lives had prepared them for witnessing a real death occurred during a live show. Jeff Jarrett, who was extremely close to Owen and scheduled to work with him that evening, said he immediately felt broken, helpless, and spiritually numb. Others who were in the arena recalled seeing the atmosphere shift from loud cheers and excitement to complete confusion, panic, and eerie silence. Steve Blackman later revealed that the tragedy completely transformed his view on wrestling safety, explaining that, until that night, many wrestlers considered dangerous stunts a normal part of the business. But after Owen's fall, reality finally hit. No championship, storyline, or entertainment moment is worth a human life. Perhaps no memory is more traumatic than that of referee Jimmy Corderas, who was standing inside the ring waiting for the match to start. He later described that he felt something brush past his shoulder, like a heavy object or gust of air, and heard a sudden impact that he could not initially understand. The moment he turned around, his world collapsed. Owen Hart lay motionless on the mat, still in his superhero costume, eyes open but unresponsive, unable to speak or move. Jimmy said that although medical staff rushed in quickly, he could see in Owen's face that something was terribly wrong, and not just in a severe injury way. In a life-ending way, witnesses also noted that Owen, even in those final moments, seemed to be worried about not landing on or hurting anyone else, a final display of selflessness consistent with the person he had always been. Backstage, chaos erupted as news spread, but emotional shock made it impossible for many to even process what they were hearing. Several wrestlers reported that they initially believed Owen might have been badly injured or knocked unconscious, but no one immediately imagined he was dying. The Godfather, who had just been laughing and joking with Owen moments before, described the emotional whiplash as unbearable. From humor and camaraderie to tragedy and disbelief, in less than 10 minutes, JBL later remembered being assigned to tell The Undertaker, describing that moment as one of the most difficult tasks of his life. He said that no words were strong enough to explain what had happened, and the locker room collapsed into a mix of crying, denial, shock, anger, and emotional paralysis that no one in the business had ever experienced before. The trauma became even deeper when WWE made the controversial decision to continue the event, despite the tragedy that had just occurred. Wrestlers were told to return to the ring, even though they were emotionally shattered, confused, and some were barely holding back tears. Matches continued on the same mat where Owen had fallen just moments earlier, and many viewers did not realize how serious the situation was until Jim Ross, with only seconds of preparation, had to announce live on air that Owen Hart had died. Ross later confessed that delivering that message was the hardest moment of his entire broadcasting life, and that the emotional weight of that sentence would stay with him forever. Questions quickly arose regarding how such a dangerous stunt was approved in the first place, especially for someone like Owen, who was not known for high-risk performances. Investigations revealed deeply concerning information. The company had hired a cheaper, less experienced stunt team, and instead of using secure equipment designed for performers, they chose a theatrical, quick-release clip, commonly used for light props, not human suspension. This device could detach from as little as 6 pounds of pressure, despite Owen weighing over 200 pounds. To many, these findings were not just tragic. They represented a catastrophic failure in judgment, where financial and production decisions were prioritized above proper safety protocols. After the incident, Owen's widow, Martha Hart, launched a wrongful death lawsuit, determined to find the truth and prevent any similar disaster from happening again. Court documents and expert testimonies exposed alarming decisions, questionable safety assessments, and a rushed production mindset. The case eventually resulted in an $18 million settlement, which Martha used to create the Owen Hart Foundation, an organization dedicated to education, housing, and humanitarian assistance. Ensuring Owen's legacy was tied to helping lives, rather than reminding the world of his tragic end. Bret Hart, Owen's older brother, was devastated beyond words. Still dealing with emotional wounds from the controversial 1997 Montreal Screwjob, Bret initially wondered whether the universe or fate had turned against his family. While he eventually accepted that Owen's death was not intentional harm, he never stopped blaming the reckless oversight, rushed decisions, and lack of safety precautions that led to the tragedy. Over time, Bret and Martha's relationship became strained, largely because Martha refused to allow Owen's name to be used in the WWE Hall of Fame. Not out of bitterness or anger, but because she believed doing so would be equivalent to rewarding or promoting the same company she held responsible for his death. Despite endless theories, rumors, and conspiracy claims online, official investigations concluded that Owen's death was the result of negligence, poor safety standards, and dangerously inappropriate equipment, not murder or sabotage. However, many wrestlers and fans criticized WWE for quietly avoiding references to Owen for years, claiming that the company seemed more focused on protecting its image than preserving Owen's legacy. Meanwhile, AEW stepped forward and honored him annually through tournaments and tributes, giving fans a dignified and heartfelt way to celebrate who Owen truly was: a gifted athlete and extraordinary human being. Today, the world remembers Owen Hart not for the tragic way he died, but for the beautiful, humble, funny, loyal, and extraordinarily talented man he was. His colleagues described him as a gentle soul who never let fame change him, who pulled harmless pranks to spread laughter, and who loved his family above everything in his life and career. His death forever changed how the industry views performer safety, forcing wrestling promotions worldwide to prioritize human life over spectacle, ratings, and dramatic stunt design. In the end, Owen Hart's legacy stands as a reminder that heroes are not defined by how they fall, but by how they lived, how they inspired, and what they left behind. His memory continues to shine, not as a tragedy, but as a legacy built on love, kindness, and respect.